Hello, welcome back for those jumping back in. We are here for a watch along live of the South East Melbourne Phoenix versus the Sydney Kings, and it is game on. What a game we've just had! An absolutely phenomenal clash where Brisbane Bullets just came back from 24 points down to win by a bare margin. And now it's time to talk Phoenix up against the Kings. Hey, Chad, good to see you joining us straight away, mate. Hopefully, we'll be having Nathan Campbell with us any moment now. Looking forward to that. But it's going to be a cracker here. I think if Glover can go wild like he did the other night, then Kings might be in trouble. Looking forward to seeing Weza Wundu coming on for the Phoenix, I should say. Get the teams right here. Who you like, Chad? It's been the Kendrick Davis show so far for the Kings. Henry Gaze, Derek Rucker hosting on ESPN. It is game on. This is a cracker. Go on the Phoenix. John, what do you think's the key? The Kings losing first quarter. It's a common thread everyone's got their money on. I tell you what, you would have got some good prices about those Bullets when they're 24 points down. What do you got after the Kings lose their first quarter? Chad, who have you got taking the game? Who's going to be the key here? It's basically a flip of the coin. If you ask the bookies on this one. Sydney upset. I think it'd be good. I'd be happy to see the Kings win. Looking forward to seeing Awanda, former Orlando Magic player. Again, the Kings, like Brisbane in the last game, going a little bit lighter. They've only named 11 players. Davis, Galloway, Delhi, Cooks, and Suarez to start. South East Melbourne will be John Brown III, Geordie Hunter, their captain, Nathan Sobey, Owen Foxwell, and Malik Lewis, their next star from Trinidad and Tobago. I'll just switch up our view a little. We'll be joined by Nathan Campbell a little bit later on, once he can wrangle the kids. They're all set though. Geordie Hunter, Angus Glover up against their former club. What can they do here? Glover was lights out the other Saturday night. Yeah, that was wild. Thirst. I think it was 24. We did a watch along of that one. That was absolutely nuts. To see them come back and get that done. The Breakers, geez, that could come back and hurt them later in the season. That's a key loss for them. We're underway. First quarter here. South East Melbourne, Sydney. Hopefully this one's a bit better. South East Melbourne rocking their Indigenous strip, as are Sydney. It is Indigenous round. South East Melbourne looked to go for three early. I tell you what, there was some horrible numbers from 3 points for New Zealand in that last game. Glover going for 20 plus, and Sobey. Tell you what, Sobey when he gets going is almost unstoppable. What a gun he is. I love watching him play. I don't want him to go well tonight though. Both teams off the mark. Delhi, at least he's back in the right number tonight. Still can't hit a bucket though. There's that man, Nathan Sobey, just inside the perimeter. Just wild. First, that you can have that sort of swing in a game, right? That's going to be the key stories coming out of this one. I can't imagine we'll see another 22-point lead that gets blown away, 24-point lead blown away. Angus Glover 20 plus would be huge. Galloway at the line. Oh dear, free throw shooting is almost as bad. Maybe we'll see Brian Gorgian get ejected again for stomping his foot. Phoenix going to work. Oh my goodness, Sobey is firing early, isn't he? Call him a lock in, Tanner. Good to have you back, brother. Get amongst it. If you haven't already, guys, would love it if you hit subscribe. Oh, that's deep. That's good. Suarez levels us up. Big Brazilian can shoot. Good ball movement there, Brown. Go over the top. Malik doesn't go. Hasn't really blown me away so far what we've seen from Malik Lewis. I've seen some glimpses, but not consistent enough. Brown lays it off. 3-point shot for the Phoenix. Suarez drifting back takes it away. Just taking the money lines this time. Tanner staying away from the under overs made after last quarter drama in the last game. Foxwell gives it to Brown. Brown, another miss. Outside of Sobey, they're not shooting all that well early here. Oh, that's nice from the Kings. Galloway, I might have to bring the Kings singlet out in the second half. They should be on the premise of it, the way they're playing. We've got South East at third, Sydney at sixth. Basically, the winner of this will be sitting in third at the end of the round out of 10 teams. I can imagine if you're betting it would have, Chad. Yeah, nice. Hopefully this is a good game. Hopefully it's even tussle all the way through. None of this seesawing nonsense that we saw last game. Another 2 for the Kings. Oh, Sobey. How do you like him? He called it Casimir. Chad? Oh, dear. Delhi, what are you doing? Yeah, well, who knows? Tanner, we saw a very dry first quarter in the last game, and then all of a sudden the points flowed, and then maybe this will be the opposite. Maybe we'll see a high scoring first quarter, and then it'll dry out. There's not much defense getting played here. Sobey again. Oh, my word. Nathan Sobey. You can play the boy. Yeah, Dellavedova, mate. Yeah, played for the Cavs, won a title. That's the man. Aussie man. Xavier Cooks to the line. I think Cooks played a few games with Washington a year or two ago. Stand corrected on that if I'm wrong. Definitely went over on a short term. Let's see if we can refresh if that'll work it. Hopefully that's a little bit better for you now, guys. 18-16. 2:22 to go in the first quarter. It's a little bit of a tech issue there. Apologies. Cheers, Pyro. Hey, Hargret, good to have you, mate. If you haven't already, guys, hit subscribe down below. I'd love to have you along for more of these. We're trying to do as many as we can around schedules. Hopefully have Cambo with us in the second half. Just wrangling a child, trying to get her to sleep. So we'll have him along for a bit more engaging commentary about it. But Sydney lead by 4. Three-point shot for the Phoenix. Someone doesn't go. Delhi gets the rebound. Oh, open three. How did we miss that? Dear oh dear. Delhi can't buy a bucket at the moment, can he? Another missed 3 for the Phoenix. Ball Qual comes away. Lay down Cooks. Cooks is going to take on his former teammate in Glover. He's been called an offensive foul, has it? Yeah. Glover takes it. Your man Sobe, Chad, is out to 10 points early. The rest of his team not doing a whole lot just yet. The coach's challenge, though. What have we got now? Got the review. Sydney have challenged. Didn't look like Glover was set. Glover's claiming through the elbow out. Where are we all watching from? Tanner, Chad, Pyro. You guys all in the US? South East Melbourne are the home teams. It's being played at John Cain Arena in Melbourne. 3 points for the home side, South East Melbourne. So yeah, we'll set up our scoreboards in Australia normally home side on the left, as opposed to where you guys would have sort of the visiting team at the other team. We just have the verse, so the home side's usually on the left in Australian sport. That's a nice 3-point stroke. Wonder looks pretty dangerous early. Oh, all the time in the world, they're Foxville. Just couldn't get it. Melbourne's at home. That's right, Hargret. Yeah. There's 2 Melbourne teams. We've got South East Melbourne in the green. And we've got Melbourne United, who are currently undefeated on top of the ladder. They'll play later in the weekend. They've got a couple of games. I think maybe tomorrow night and Sunday. Top of the table, first, second tomorrow. Sunday, sorry. Yeah, nice, mate. I'm having trouble splitting them, but this Wes Wonder, who's come over, it's his first game, the 25 for South East Melbourne. He looks pretty dangerous, former Orlando Magic player. Undefeated as Melbourne United, so the other Melbourne team, they're not playing today. So they've got Dash Daniels, the younger brother of Dyson Daniels, who plays for the Atlanta Hawks. If you want to check out like where these teams sit and stuff, just head nbl.com.au and you'll get all the updates there on it, all the standings, all the stats. Result for you with that late basket. Delhi taking shots that he can't get. Winner, Chad. But yeah, South East Melbourne haven't lost this year at home. They are 3-0 so far. Pretty small sample size. The Kings are 1-2 on the road. Hargret. Snuck home. That'll do it. At the break, 22-20. Phoenix getting the run on the way home. Where you can check the stuff, nbl.com.au, Hargret, is where you can get all the schedules and the ladder stats. But South East Melbourne are 3-0 so far at home. So the side in green, the home side. Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat, man. I'll give you the ladder and you can just scope out from there. You go to that link, ladder, you'll be able to find all the other stuff. No problem. Get around it. I love it. A bit more Aussie basketball. Plenty of other sport happening this weekend too. We've got the UFC. Any of you guys getting around the UFC? The Aspinall and Gain fight, UFC 312. We'll see NBA heating up as well. If you're having a punt, I'm sure you're getting around plenty of that. SS Cocktail. Sydney's taking the game, but it's going to be a dogfight. I don't mind it. I'm a Kings fan, so I'd love to see the Kings get up. I'd love to see Delhi find some buckets. Okay, if you're just tuned in, you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe, follow along. We're doing plenty more of these throughout the season, covering this and plenty of other action. And we've got our daily dose videos that drop, like our power rankings at the end of the round as well. You can go back and find the old power rankings on our channel. Yeah, Sofa score's pretty good too, right? Like in South East Melbourne, money line second quarter, keep extending the lead. First is just finished. We're just about to start the second. As you've asked that question, we are starting the second. Delhi finally gets one to drop. I love Delhi, but my goodness, he hasn't had a great start to the season. Phoenix straight back with a bucket of their own. $24 all. Sobe going to work. That would have been some bucket to get it like that. But he's managed to steal the ball away. That's good work. You know, like in Melbourne to extend their lead here. Chad. Fox up the line. Gets that one to go. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. What can they come up with here? South East Melbourne trying to pop it out a little further. Foxhole 2 from 2 at the line. Josh King's up and about. He's happy with that. Suarez, the big Brazilian, driving into the bucket and just fumbles it. He's been fouled. Foxwell calling for the foul. South East Melbourne's coach, Josh King, not impressed. I like Wonder. He's been good in his first hit out. New import for South East Melbourne. Suarez gets the first bucket at the line, get it back to a 1-point game. So if you tuned in from the US, these sides are only allowed 3 imports at any one time. Be smart about how they spend it. There's a soft cap similar to what is in the US as well, with some marquee allowances. Kings money line entire game. They're going to get it done. I like the sound of that, Chad. I like the sound of that. Both sides out there tonight rocking their Indigenous kits. It's Indigenous round this week, celebrating all the Indigenous First Nations, Australian and New Zealand players, coaches, and people that have been involved. Delhi doesn't get a bucket, but he's going to go to the line. So yeah, I wonder who's the new South East Melbourne marquee import. He's played at Orlando, Dallas, New Orleans, Atlanta. So plenty of time in the NBA previously. Delhi gets a free throw. And he's playing in the G League and finished up Germany and Greece recently. Sabi doing the work. Goes for 3. Man can shoot, but doesn't get that one. Good rebounding from Brown. They swing it back around. Foxwell's going to do the work. Brown's only done his ankle there. Foxwell gets the bucket. I think whoever called it earlier that it's going to be a dogfight. SS Cocktail. I think you were right if you're still floating around in the chat. You got it absolutely nailed, my friend. Timeout, Kings. Oh, excuse me. It's been a long day. What time is it where you're watching, Chad? Any of you others that are tuning in from the US? 5 a.m. Yeah, okay. It's about when I started my day. We're at the opposite end now. I'm assuming then you're on the East Coast in the US. New York. Yeah, nice. Well, it's good to have you tuning in, mate. 28 all. Timeout still. 2.5 gone in this second quarter. Five a.m. Boston. Yeah. Good stuff, Hargret. Early risers getting up for a bit of your sport. I like it. Having a bit of a punt. Getting your Thursday started on the right note. Here he goes, KD, Kendrick Davis. Yeah, a few little wins to start of day is always a good way to get the morning off flying. Kendrick Davis bouncing around. It's a 3. It's good for the Kings. Kendrick Davis, I think, played a bit of college ball previously. Maybe TCU and SMU, Southern Methodist in Texas. Suarez, there he goes, the big man. Getting it done in the paint. They lead by 3, Sydney. 6 and a bit to go till the half. Oh, there's a tussle. Let me jump ball. Brown and Qual. Qual's a hustler. No Discord chat. I'll just run everything on YouTube, really. Almost a 3, almost. Another foul. Fouls are flying thick and fast. No, not really at this stage, mate. We just sort of do the watch-alongs, and then we do our power rankings based on who we think's sitting everywhere at the moment. I haven't really done too much in the way of picks just yet, or of late. It's more breaking down the sport, talking about what's happening out there, either live or post-game. Sometimes we'll do some pre-game stuff, but it's just about finding time. I've got a full-time job as well. Sobey flicks it back. Alir, almost another 3 out of bounds. That'll be King's ball. Probably look at doing that sort of stuff, Chad, once we get to a point where we can revenue generate with that YouTube ad share and stuff like that. I don't have enough time to look at what my other options and angles were. Give the time that you need to, I guess. That's the big thing, is just getting the time that you need to be able to give it the attention it deserves. If you're going to do it, you got to do it right. Don't want to be one of those guys, if I'm giving some serious thoughts out, that they're half-assed. Time out again here. 5.5 to go. This second quarter's dragged out a little. 33-30. All right, here we go. 6 seconds on the shot clock when it comes back in. Yeah, Davis has been a little bit quiet. You're right. Played a lone hand in their early games. Got a pretty talented roster, Sydney. It's just not quite working for them. And Suarez is good. He's in his second stint at the club. Big Brazilian. Oh, that's a big three from South East. Lear. Big Sudanese man can fire a three. Oh, wow. That Galloway throwing down at the other end. Some good basketball. The opposite of what we saw in the last game. So he drops that one short. Your man's gone a bit quiet there, Chad. There's KD. Oh, what a block. That's big. Malik Lewis. And they followed up with a three at the other end. Maldonado. I'll tell you what, he's been impressive off the bench. He's a sneaky one, that one. Hunter Maldonado. Tends to play a decent hand off the bench. He's another import. Wyoming College, I think. Just watching the replays. Lewis absolutely monstered Davis just before. Yeah, Maldonado played some summer league in 23. I went over to Europe. I'll tell you what, I rate him. Oh, Davis. Davis can't even shoot the free throws, Chad. That's how good he's going. There he goes. He gets the second one, levels us up. He's having a tough night, Kendrick. Let's have a look at what his numbers are. 3 from 7 from the field. Lee wins that out. Lobs it back. 8 on the shot clock. Sobey thinks about going from deep. Qual's blocking up. Cooks will try and stop him. And the foul's going to be called on Xavier Cooks. And Nathan Sobey will go to the line. It's on 10 points, Chad. They won't go to the line. They weren't in the bonus yet. Mike Lewis will shoot for 3. And it's a brick. Foxwell. Sobey from deep. Oh my goodness, that was nasty. That was very deep. Very clean from Nathan Sobey. Oh, down by 3. They're going to need to find something in this second half. Josh King calling a timeout. What's happening here? I'm very confused. Just jumping in. Great to have you on board. We're watching South East Melbourne Phoenix up against Sydney Kings in the NBL. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. Follow along. We'll have some more live streams and watch-alongs coming. We'll have plenty of Daily Dose episodes. Cover off a fair bit of sport, not just the basketball. We talk cricket. We talk rugby league. Might be a bit of an eye-opener for a few of you Americans. Getting around the rugby league when it comes back into our winter, your summer. Taking some games over each year to Las Vegas at the start of the year with the rugby league, so it's well worth a watch. Physical. It's like a gridiron without pads. Talk some tennis as well, soccer, cricket, another sport that's probably a little strange to the Americans, but it's going into the Olympics in LA. F1 as well. I like our motorsport. A bit of the biffs as well, UFC and boxing when we see fit. Dellavedova gets a hoop. There we go. They've got the lead back. What do you get around on the punt other than the basketball, Chad? Any other sports that are favourites? About you, Hargreaves, if you're still tuning in. Phoenix get one back. No. Bucket counts. Bucket counts. American football. Yeah, nice. I do enjoy that. They probably cover it as much just because I'm not as across it. And Chargers, man, which is a bit of a roller coaster ride, as I'm sure you understand. Suarez, up and under. Has he got the foul? No, they've waved it away. Waved the bucket away. Is he going to go to the line, though? Yeah, good to have the NBA back yesterday, last 2 days. Suarez gets the free throw, so that levels up. And let's take the lead again. Seesawing is one way of putting it. Now Glover. Trying the spin move on Delhi. Delhi, the absolute grafter and hustler. Looking for the mismatch now. Glover from deep. He's not shooting like he was in the second last week. It's a scramble. Davis comes away with it. The half ends at 92. Take the spread for the second half. Kings get another bucket. They lead by 3. Good to have you back though, okay? It's the Kings' biggest lead. There's been 28 lead changes in this game. Sobey gets fouled there. He'll go to the line. Minute 22 left in the half. Sobey leading the scorers. He's on 13. We've got Foxwell, Delhi, and Suarez on 12. Delhi started to find some buckets, and those free throws help. He's 4 from 9 from the field, though. That's not ideal. Yeah, the first half ending is a tie chat, and then Kings getting it done in the second, you reckon? Jermaine Sobey up to 14. Margin back to 2 points. I'm always feeling risky. Glitter, good to have you back too. 91 points first half unders. He'd be puckering at the moment. It's an 87. A minute 22 on the clock. Under 91, under 91 and a half. That half point could be crucial here. Oliver Dover working it over against Glover. Davis. Ball batted out. Batted back over the other side of halfway by Brown. Davis is going to try and do it himself. He's going to try and milk it as well, but he's managed to. Thrown himself into some contortions there. Jeez. Kings get it done. Davis help with the push. Kings win -1.5. Just dreamed it. Like Nostradamus, Chad. I love it. Get around it. And they're my pre-game thoughts and tips if you're having dreams that are prophesizing these things. How good. KD at the line. There we go. He gets one. There's 88. Minute 2 on the clock. Oh, second one, no good. Project All In. Good to have you. Am I at the Odd Soccer Fan? Where are you based, my friend? Oh, you've removed your comment. Sabi looking frustrated. Kendrick Davis back at the line again. Gets 2 this time. Out to a 4-point lead. Phoenix gets some back. Davis, as if he fouled again. He has your 90 under 91. Half's at 92. Okay, that's what you said. 1.4 on the clock, but Davis is going to go to the line. He's trying to say it was travel. Josh King's just asking for anything, everything, something, nothing. Who knows? Davis at the line. It might not end up on 92. Okay. Oh, he misses. Misses the first one. Surely he's going to get something here. There we go. I think it was Pickham. Game was Pickham. Maybe a half point. Good to have you, King Marcus. Well, 48-45 at the half. Sobey with 15, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Foxwell 12 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. They're leading the way for the Phoenix. For the Kings, well, Davis has warmed up now. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Delhi 12 points, 2 assists. Tim Suarez, a big Brazilian there. 12 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. So it's a bit of a spread. No one's really grabbed the bull by the horns here, but we're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be back with the second half, and looking forward to chatting some more hoops with you boys and girls, everyone that's tuned in. We will see. Let us know what your thoughts are and how this second half's going to play out while we're in the halftime break, and we'll chat to you as the second half gets underway, probably in about 10 minutes or so. All right, we're back, getting set for the second half. Live watch along, Chris McPherson show. South East Melbourne Phoenix trailing the Sydney Kings 45-48. Hopefully we haven't lost too many of you in my halftime break. Just had a dash and get some dinner. It's a little bit late here. It's not that late, 8:35. So not long now. What can Wezawundu get happening for the Phoenix? Maybe Nathan Sobey is leading the way at the moment. If you're still there, Chad, you were talking about the NFL before. Who do you like tomorrow's game? Just got back from the casino, Pyro. That's commitment. I love it. You're obviously in the US as well. Whereabouts are you at the casino, my friend? Who do we like in the NFL tomorrow? Thursday night. My Chargers playing Minnesota. The Chargers are 3.5-point favourites, maybe. All right, back underway. Still betting. Need Melbourne over 92 team total. All right, we'll cheer it on for you. Hopefully South East Melbourne get 92 and Sydney get 93. I didn't bring out the singlets because I didn't want to jinx what's happening here. Vikings money line, you reckon, Chad? You're breaking my heart, man. You're breaking my heart. I really need these Chargers to actually have half a decent year, especially now that the Chiefs aren't spectacular. I think it's fair to say. What about for the NBA overall, Chad? Who's going to take it all out this year? Who's your top picks? You got any smokies? Any values? Any dark horses? Justin Herbert, one interception. Yeah, that's probably good money. Two-leg parlay, Vikings into Justin Herbert. All right, I'll have a sneaky little, as we call it here, a lobster. $20. Our $20 note is bright orange, so it's referred to as a lobster. We like to come up with little pieces like that. We call our $50 notes a pineapple as well. Spurs, if they make the playoffs. Wemby lit up, didn't he? My word. What a start to the season. Under 177.5. Project all in. Yeah, 0.5. Yeah, I figured that. Same price, 0.5, 0.7. Doesn't make a difference, I suppose. I'm curious, though, Project All In. What is Project All In? 1v5. Yeah. Makes it hard, doesn't it? Kings get the first points of the second half. Project All In. I'm just looking at your channel, man. Are you in Colombia? Cool story, man. Just looking at it now. Yeah, I love that. Mate, coming back. Matt, get yourself over here to Australia. Come play in the A-League, my friend. Come play some NPL. Give me a subscribe. Drop me a message, mate, when you're on your hustle and your move. If you're looking for somewhere different, we've got some connections with the NPL, which is the second tier here in Australia. No guarantees, but I can always put you in touch with people once you've got some highlights and some stuff going on. And it's probably classed as semi-pro rather than pro, but it could be a stepping stone. They're always looking at different people over here in the US, American Colombian. Cool, man. Well, had a few American boys come over and do really well in the last couple of years in the NPL here, just north of Sydney. Davis gets another bucket, or a free throw, I should say. Love that you're chasing your dream, man. That's cool. 6-point ball game for the Kings. Third quarter. Update the scoreboard helps. There we go, guys. Done and done, my friend. Delhi. Oh, boom. Great man. He's getting after it. Oh, he just got manhandled by Sobe. Four-point game. This fast-scoring start doesn't shape well for that unders, but they shape into a bit of a grind. Qual. No. Noy checks back in. Cooks has a breather. Here he is, Newey Jets. Speaking of soccer. Yeah, Davis and Suarez will finish, you're right. Three-point game, here we go. What's happening, Mr. Newey Jets football, Harry? How's your Thursday night, my friend? 187.5, that sounds a bit better. Oh, there's people falling over left, right, and centre here. They're just hitting and hoping. Yeah, 177.5 is better, but it doesn't pay anything if it actually goes the wrong side, does it? Kings just look like they want a little bit more at the moment. Score prediction for tomorrow night. So for all of our American friends tuning in, Harry, who is Newey Jets football, will be talking about the A-League soccer here. So it's the top tier in the Australian football, and Newcastle Jets are our local side. I used to do the ground announcing for them. Harry does some social media work for them. Maybe one day we'll see you, Matt, out here playing in the A-League, hey? That'd be awesome. What a story that'd be. We meet on a live stream, and then you come doing that. So, yeah, they play Melbourne Victory, who are one of the grand finalists from last year. Yeah. Well, at least in Australia, soccer, it's a bit like America. Soccer cops. Some of the purists might call it football, but we're okay with soccer. It's cool that you're getting calls with some English programs, though, my friend. But yeah, so we've got the A-League, Newcastle Jets and Melbourne Victory. Melbourne were in the grand final last year. A bit like the Americans. We like our final series. They don't do those in the English, as you'd know, Matt. Ground announce tomorrow, I would say it'll still be Pat Howard. He's the guy that did the Australia Cup, Harry. But meanwhile, a little bit of boys coming together here in this game. Six-point ball game. Almost halfway through this third quarter. Davis going to the line again. Sobe sitting down. Davis gets another free throw. Dunny is on family duties tonight. You can give him some grief at school tomorrow, Harry. Wonder, nice ball. Geordie Hunter, he has gone through, and Warner slapping the side of the head, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Chad, you were tipping Sobian earlier. Did you have a wager on his points, or you were just on the money lines and stuff? I mean, he's up to 19 at the moment. Hunter gets one. Miss for the Kings. Go again though. They get the rebound. Just money lines. Yeah, sweet. Suarez, that's a brick. That's horrible. Glover takes it. Now a Wonder. He's going to have to step up with Sobe off. American import. Back to you, Harry. I've got a 1-1 draw tomorrow night. That's a 3 for the Phoenix. That's big. Foxwell. Quick points for Davis. 5-point ball game. 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Glover. How did he stay in there and get that ball back? A Wonder turn, spin, fade away, bang. Yeah, fair, mate. That is fair. A Wonder for 3. Air balls. Did he get fouled? Brian Gorgon, the Sydney Kings coach, is not happy with it. So he's going to go to the line for 3. Chance to level it up if he can drain all of these. Don't know if he hasn't been to the line yet. Hits the first one. Wasn't pretty, bouncing around off the rim. Goes 2 from 2 from the line. He's got a third one to come. And 3 from 3. How do you like that? We're all level. 63 apiece. Tell you what, guys, I still can't get over the earlier game. That Brisbane Bullets 24-point lead New Zealand had and threw it away. That was wild. Galloway's going to go to the line now. Wandu's going to be called for a foul. Yeah, New Zealand led by 24 in the second quarter and lost. That's a all-time choke. That's Patriots beating the Falcons in the Super Bowl sort of choke, I think, Chad. Obviously, the game didn't have quite as much significance, but still. Two there for Galloway. I have a feeling this one's coming down to the wire, guys. Maldonado and 1. Talked about him earlier. I really like the way he goes about his hoops. Always contributes off the bench. Just works hard. Grinds. Does the non-pretty things a lot of the time. Well, he got an M1 as well. Didn't manage to get it to go, though. Grinds it out, takes it, gives it to Ali. And now the Phoenix take the lead. This is real topsy-turvy stuff. If you're just tuning in, you haven't been with us before, make sure you hit subscribe down below. We'd love to have you along for the ride in future. We'll have plenty of little daily dose videos we drop, keeping everyone up to date. We do plenty of these watch-alongs as well, and we're doing some for some other sports in the coming weeks as we grow the channel. Let's try and fit them around where we can. The over. What'd you take the over on? The quarter, the half? Oh my goodness, how did that go in? That is just the absolute blessed roll for the Phoenix. Dre, when did you take the over on the game total or the match total, or yeah, where'd you get it at? I think one of the others had 187 before. It took under 187, but that's looking in fair danger at the moment with 3 minutes left here. Yeah. What number? What was your number? Buckets waved away there for Galloway. 183.5. That should salute reasonably comfortably, you'd think, at this point. No, there weren't many scoring records, Cambo. So Cambo is one of our co-hosts that quite often joins in on the live streams. Galloway. I'll tell you what, the Indigenous kits are looking pretty sweet for both these sides. BS rig, Panama. You think the game's rigged? It seems to be the comments tonight. I mean, I understand in the other game, but this one's to and fro. I don't know. 2-point ball game. Galloway's just been. What have we got? Rigged game. Oh, well. We're all still here watching, so if that's the case, so be it. Oh, Maldonado misses. Chance to extend the lead there. Maldonado goes again. That one drops. Phoenix lead by 3. Sabi up to 19 points. Davis leading all comers with 23. Cooks gets a couple. They're 3-0 at home. Yeah, I think you probably got to look at who they've played as well. I can go through that for you if you want. No, it's not over. 1-point ball game still, so. And they played Illawarra, who've been absolutely diabolical last. They won by 40. Their other home games. Going to go right back. Played Cairns, so they played the two bottom sides at home, and they've won by almost 40 both times. 34 and 40. That's 2 of their games. We just chatted before, Cambo. We're talking about Ben Simmons. I know you and I were chatting about this today. Like whether there's a landing spot for him. Can someone afford him? I know there's still three or four NBA sides. I reckon are going to get around it. Yeah, it's an interesting one. But yeah, the Kings have got that import spot. They don't look like they've made a move for it. But if someone was going to throw the cash at him, surely that'd be one of them. I don't know where they fit him in this team though. No, Kawatanoi's going to do it all himself. The Newey baller. And one. Doing Newey proud, the great man. One point between them. Josh King is giving Geordie Hunter an absolute bake here. Quatnoy at the line. He's got 11 points. He's been really good from the bench for them this year. Gets another one. Levels up again. 33 lead changes. That is wild. Yeah, it's just about whether you get him for money. Phoenix with another 3. How much do you reckon it costs to get him? I mean, veteran, veteran minimum is about 3.3, I think, in the NBA if he gets a deal. Yeah, I just can't imagine Ben Simmons going from the bright lights and dating Kardashians to living in Hobart. You're not happy about it, Panama. Yeah, if you're just tuning in for the first time, guys, make sure you hit subscribe down below. Love to have you along for the journey and the ride as we go throughout the season. Plenty of other sports videos dropping too, covering plenty of different avenues. We've got a lot of these watch-alongs coming, wherever we can squeeze them in. Yeah, it'll do it to you, Panama. Nathan Tinkler. That's a niche reference. Maybe get Frank Lawler on. He'd have the cash to get him, surely, Cambo. Ben Simmons coming home to Newcastle, full story. Yeah, I think both sides are playing a little bit soft, to be honest. Aldonado misses a free. Six-point game. Cook sitting down, not great. He's got 4 fouls, though. That's his challenge. This hasn't been the old Xavier Cooks this year. What's coming of it? Qual, Suarez, Galloway. Galloway's been decent tonight in glimpses. Delhi, what can he do? Pops it into the big man in Suarez. He's going to go to work in the paint. Goes over the top, misses. Calls for a foul, doesn't get it. Time ticking down. Aldonado's going to try and do it all. Glover can't control it. But that'll be three-quarter time. He's copped the knock as Angus Glover. 79-73 at the final break. It's got us to 152. You're going to need a pretty low-scoring final quarter here, Matty, if you're still tuned in. Yeah, the pieces are kind of a weird fit, aren't they, overall, Cambo? But, what's the solution? They find a three-point shooter. Ferraris are all drive, aren't they? Come on. There's three-quarter time now. I had 0.1 of a second on the clock still. 79-73. Sobey leads away for South East Melbourne. He's got 19. 19 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Foxwell, 15 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Maldonado, 12 points. Wondu on debut, 10 points in 10 minutes. That's good numbers. No rebounds, no assists, no steals, no blocks. He's not doing much outside of scoring. And for the Kings, 23 points. KD, Kendrick Davis leading the way. 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Shooting at 58%. Next best for them is Delhi. He's got 14 points, shooting at 41%. 2 assists, 1 rebound. Not a lot of rebounding, not a lot of boards for the Kings. Quatnoy, 4 boards. So 5 boards, 1 assist, and 12 points. And Suarez, 12 points as well. Jalen Galloway, 9 points. Shooting at 28% from outside the arc, though, Sydney. All right, for those of you who are just tuning in while we're in this three-quarter time break, let's have a look ahead at the rest of the round. I don't know if you're still there, Chad, but Cambo is a man to get some picks from. I'll tell you what, he'll give you some thoughts. Well, the Taipans in Melbourne tomorrow. I just can't see how Melbourne don't win that game in Cairns. It would be an absolute turn-up. I think Melbourne will win that one by double digits. And the Phoenix back up on Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. They go up to Brisbane. Brisbane, the momentum of that last win, that could be huge heading home. That'll be an interesting game. Who you got there, Cambo? Brisbane and South East Melbourne. That will be a question for you. Perth, Illawarra. I think it's about who's playing less rubbish. And after that win in Cairns, I think Perth should get the job done against the Hawks. It's going to be a big line though, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Hawks maybe bounce back and get into the contest there, and keep it close. But it's a big trip over to Perth. Melbourne, Adelaide, that's the big one. I think Melbourne will put the clamps on Bryce and get it done. I think that Melbourne might win that one by 6 or 7 points. So have a look what the line is. And I think it might be a lower scoring game than maybe some of the totals. I'd have to have a look what the totals are set at. And the Kings and the Jackies, last game of the round. I'll tell you what, from what we've seen from the Kings tonight, the Jackies might be a little bit of value. And here we go. Fourth quarter underway. Those last two games are Sunday. 2:30 the Melbourne United Adelaide, and then 4:30 Sydney versus Tasmania. Out wide. And Brick from 3. Galloway was out of bounds, was he? He was. Turned over ball. Give me some help there, Cambo. Bullets and Phoenix. Who do you like? He's got the Phoenix. Got the Phoenix getting it done. Cook is cooked. Oh, yeah, 4 fouls. Not going to risk him right now. He's not playing great ball. Hunter just reaching in there. KD. Take control here. 6-point ball game. No, KD won't take control. We've had it overruled. It's an interesting call. Another bucket for the Phoenix. Foxwell gets another 2 points. 8-point ball game. A lot of work here for the Kings. Yeah, Cambo, it is interesting, isn't it? When you have a look at that. I don't know that I'd say Hunter's on fire, but he's playing good ball. Glover's shown some absolute lights out windows, but he's a bit of a roller coaster. Yeah, one day looks good. This game, Sydney's going to need to really find something. It is only 6 points. The early game tonight, Calvin, we saw a 24-point turnaround, so anything's possible. Wild times are out. Sydney get a stop, ball over the top. Suarez gets it done. Back to 4 points. Don't sleep on the Kings. They're moving forward here, but I still think South East, if they can find their rhythm here with no Cooks. The fact that Tyler Robertson's not getting a look. Goodrick's barely played. Oh, my word. That is nasty. 3 points. Yeah, it is the fourth quarter right now, mate. Sorry. There we go. That's better. Thank you for the reminder, Calvin. Yeah, well, he does love a big game. Speaking of big games, I said Geordie Hunter's not doing that good, but he just banged back-to-back threes. All of a sudden, it's a 10-point ball game. Yeah, plenty of overs hitting here, I think, Hargreaves. Yeah, DJ, he gets a chip on his shoulder, the cranky Serbian, doesn't he? So it could be. At the end of the day, someone's got to beat Melbourne. They're not going the whole season undefeated. So if not now, when? But that's the key for Adelaide, right? Like they need to find someone else to go because I think that Melbourne will do quite well at putting the clamps on Bryce. I'll watch what Sydney did the other week, and I'll understand that. And I don't understand why other teams haven't done more of it. Just seems quite obvious to me. But anyway, maybe I'm oversimplifying things. Maybe I'm underestimating how complex some of these things really, really are. But we are into the fourth here, and it's a 10-point ball game in favour of the home side, South East Melbourne. A win here will give them a lockdown hold on third. I'll go to 4 and 2. The Kings sitting on the live ladder 3 and 4. Only just in front of the Bullets after the Bullets got that win over there in New Zealand. New Zealand have slipped down behind Cairns. Yeah, it works while DJ's throwing bricks, but as soon as he stops throwing bricks, we know how quickly someone can turn into a hot hand. Cook's getting ready to check back in. Jordy Hunter, not sure what he's doing there. Throws the ball back. Brown, nothing. Oh, there we go. Rebounds. The great man Nathan Sobey just keeps on keeping on. Suarez straight back down the other end. If it wasn't for Tim Suarez, this Sydney Kings record would look a lot worse than it is. He's been quite good this year for them. Ten-point ball game, under 7 to go. To our American friends who are up early, getting on and chatting with us. Loving having you on here. Great to have you engaged in the conversation. Hopefully plenty of you that are on those overs are getting so. Oh my word, that's another big three. This time it's Sobey. It is lights out from outside the arc the last few minutes for South East Melbourne. Yeah, 13 now. Panama. 13 points now. This is the biggest lead of the game. Yeah, how good was Edgecombe today? That was some impressive debut performance. We're going through the NBA results a little bit early tonight, Cambo. I think it might have been on the earlier game. Maybe the Kings can sign Embiid. Yeah, maybe. Tim Suarez is stinking up at the line at the moment. So this is his third one. Hot take, he sucks. I assume you're talking about Embiid after you're blown up about him today. Sobey turns him inside out, KD, and bang, bang, bang. Good night, nurse. He is absolutely firing. He's up to 26 points. KD's trying to fight and go with him, but I think the gap's too big. 13 points. Yeah, look, I don't know. At the end of the day, mate, he's the greatest coach of all time, Brian Gorgian. So certainly the greatest import coach. So I think it'll have to be some time before you do it. Xavier Cooks has now been fouled out of the game. Good night, Xavier. The X. Maldonado at the line again. He spent half of his night there. Gets another one. What have we got for Maldonado? How long has he been at the line? That's 7. Cooks is blowing up. They are frustrated, Sydney. And so they should be. The roster they've got, all the money they spent bringing in Davis and Dellavedova. Yeah, I think they're in the mix. Especially now with the one-do. I've liked what we've seen from him tonight. Only a little sample. Josh King just giving us a little tease, Cambo. Oh, up to nearly 180 points at 187 is looking well and truly in danger. A few of the boys were talking about earlier. But yeah, I can't see why the Phoenix aren't in the conversation of the top 4. If I'm Josh King, I'm thinking I'm aiming for a second or third spot. What are you doing, Delhi? Got it. Just over 5 minutes on the clock. He's trying to do it all himself here. He said it'd be a long shot. How old's Hunter now? He's 28. That's the only thing that I think might harm him. Not a lot of NBA teams wanting to go on an unproven 30-year-old, so turns 29 in January. Davis, Delhi, manhandled. Malik Lewis. Old dog's still got some tricks in him, young buck. Milton, they can come back. Whether they will or not is a whole other thing with those Xavier Cooks, because at the moment they just look like they're trying to throw their toys out of the cot and draw fouls. You give them, what sort of chance do you give them, mate? Just tuning in for the first time and joining us, and you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe so you get all the updates as to when we're dropping new episodes. And we've got more watch-alongs coming. With plenty of NBL action coming your way over the next few months with the season heating up. We've got the Ignite Cup happening. Plenty more. Really looking forward to it. Might even try and squeeze in some NBA games where we can, where the schedule suits. Let's whack that subscribe button. Get amongst it. 13-point ball game. 5 minutes to go. Live flutter. South East Melbourne in third. 4-2. I think if you're looking at it, Cambo, it's Melbourne, Adelaide, South East Melbourne, and maybe Tassie. Your 4 favourites. Sydney have got a loaded roster, but some of those other teams seem to be racing to the bottom, not to the top. Perth's a bit of a roller coaster. I think Perth and Sydney are probably the wild cards. Who knows? Only time will tell. You need the Kings to win. You might in a little bit of trouble. Josh King, what's he going for a challenge? After a timeout. He's up 13 and he's using a challenge. Rogue. I don't know if he can use it after the timeout. He's not set. Maldonado. Review goes on. 96.83. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that big of a lead. I don't know if you caught the earlier game. And who's the MVP of the league on their team that you're saying? Ross Cotton's got the last two MVPs. I was talking about Cooks when he won it 22-23, I'm guessing. Review was turned down. Davis goes the line, gets one. You're going to need something big here, Milton. 11 points. Chipping away at it. KD, yeah, runner-up MVP, correct. Yeah. I think they're all fighting for second again this year too, Cam, by the way. The great man has started. It's just aggressive. Oh, they're going to say that was off Noy last? Out of bounds. Oh, yeah, Delhi Finals MVP, true. It's like participation awards. Give them out to everyone. MVPs for everyone. Runners up, something. Maldonado, trying to get the work done. Just got to manage the clock here, South East. They got a foul on Suarez. No, it wasn't that big of a lead, you're right. KD's playing a lone hand. They're a disconnected, disjointed side, the Kings at the moment. Gorge needs to find some Gorge magic. Or to Cambo's point, maybe he's lost his magic. Who knows? Maldonado magic not there for the free throws. 11-point ball game. Under 5 to go. The Thursday night hoops doubleheader. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to follow along on our social media channels, you can find us at the Chris Mack Show. The Chris Mack MAC Show. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X. Not a lot happening on X. I'll leave that to Elon and his friends. But we are there. Yeah, it's starting to look that way, unfortunately, Milton. It's hurting me as a Kings fan. There we go. There's the 100. Draining threes for fun. 0 dear. 15-point ball game. Here we go. Now Kendrick Davis wants to show some fight. It's just like Cairns all over again the other night. Cairns still has the potential to make a finals run. Well, we're saying play in, playoffs or play in, Cambo? Play in, then yeah, anyone's alive still. Sobe just with a block there. Bit of trash talk. KD didn't like it. Taking in his Montrez Harrell anchor. Delhi just reassuring him that he's got his back. Dear. I think it is all over tonight for the Kings. Another disappointing performance, this one on the road. Frustrating piece is they've shown some moments. That game in Adelaide, you thought maybe they're turning the corner. But they're 1-2 on the road, 2-2 at home. 3-4 on the season. And they're drifting down. They're going to find themselves in the mire of Brisbane, Cairns, New Zealand, and Illawarra rather than the excelling company of Melbourne, Adelaide, and South East Melbourne. Just put us out of our pain, put us out of our misery. 15-point ball game. It's not going to have the finish the last one did. That was outstanding and highly surprising, realistically. The cluster, you still there? Chuck us a subscribe. Hit the button. Hit the bell as well. You get notifications. All that fun stuff. I'm sliding down in my chair. What's happening? Mitch Creek and an import big on the Christmas wish list for the Kings. That'd be nice. When you say a big, what do you want? You want a centre? You want just a big forward? Sobe gets another point. Everyone's getting free throws. It's like an Oprah gig. Oh dear. Paul Cole just kicked that out of bounds. He's playing centre back in soccer. What do you reckon, Cambo? Give me an answer. Which team? You said Tassie, maybe. Is there anyone else you could see? Could Sydney make a play for Simmons? Does he fit? Alnado steps in, takes it to the hoop. Another two. This is going to be a runaway win again for South East Melbourne. They're starting to look dangerous. Where is Mitch Creek at the moment? Is he in Romania? Suarez. What are you doing here? Yeah, Lamar Patterson was good tonight. I don't know what is going on here. There we go. Tech foul call. Absolute mayhem at the moment. Yeah, Adams looks good coming off the pine. I like that. Make him hungry. Sydney going to go to the line again here. They're just dragging out and prolonging our misery. So everyone's slowly packing in their evening and heading to bed. If you're just joining us for the first time to watch the end of this one, make sure you hit subscribe down below. There's some more watch-alongs coming soon, both at NBL and some other sports. And you can also catch our weekly NBL power rankings where I put my head together with Cambo and Dunny and pick apart what we've seen. Give you a bit of a guide on who's the best, who's on the way up, who's on the way down. To be fair, we had the Phoenix a couple of spots clear of the Kings coming into this weekend. So probably not that surprising of a result on that. We roll on here. Still just on 3 minutes left. This feels like it's very much dragging on and out and away from us. South East Melbourne leading by 13. South East Melbourne, then their little run now, they could go on a little bit of a momentum builder. They're away to Brisbane. They've got Perth at home, and they take on the Jackies away, and then a showdown. Yeah, I agree with Ben Simmons. I think it's lifestyle. I actually think Perth could work quite well for him. He'd be the biggest fish in town. He'd be like the next Ben Cousins minus the recreational activities after 9 p.m. He'd have different recreational activities. But yeah, Sydney or Melbourne makes the most sense, and I can't see him going to either of the Melbourne teams. Even Illawarra seems too small town. Brisbane could work. Do they want him? Does he just make things worse? You kind of feel like the Kings is the logical commercial fit, but yeah, maybe we wait another year and an expansion team looks at him, second Sydney team or something. Yeah, okay, Creaky Canada. The last I could find on him when I was looking him up before was that he was at a club called UB Transylvania Cluj-Napoca. But again, that's just Wikipedia telling me stuff. So. 103.92. Tell me it's not over, but still tell me it's over. It's crazy to think Mitch Creek's still only 33. Yeah, so it looks like they brought him in from Vancouver, Cambo. So it looks like he's gone over to Romania. Well, that's going to blow it out. Must be getting some coin in Romania, I'm guessing. Sabi's just having fun now. Candidate, maybe. I just don't see him going past Bryce, right? Like, be in the conversation, maybe. He's just not consistent enough for mine. That's a miss for Davis. What do we got now? Josh King in a debate with the referee. What a surprise. Let's save his numbers tonight. 33, 5 and 4. It's been the one thing tonight. No one's really put up any boards or assists in either game. Foxwell 8 assists. Comfortable leader. Yeah, it's a broad class at the moment. Way too early in the year. You don't have a recency bias. If Bryce goes cold or any of these guys go cold now, that for a few weeks or towards the back end of the season, all of a sudden be out the window. Hunter and Davis are having a real set two here tonight. Geordie Hunter's been fouled out of the game after he's given another one away with a minute 21 to go. Quatnoy's just doing Quatnoy stuff, just taking on the whole team. You're a gun. You're from a great place, Kuat, but it's all too little too late, my friend. I love you hooping. 14 points for him. Suarez has picked up a sneaky 24 tonight. 5 rebounds. Recap all the scorers in a minute when this gets done. That was optimistic Makawatch Molowatch. Stats says he's had 15 minutes. I've hardly noticed him out there. They're just swinging this ball around now, chewing the clock. I'll get another possession, South East Melbourne. Kendrick Davis getting quite frustrated. It's creeping up to my bedtime, that is for certain. This game is winding down. Again, one last shout to you if you're tuning in for the first time just now and you haven't already, then chuck a subscribe down. Love to have you on board and coming on board when we bring out our next watch-alongs. You can also catch us on our social media channels at The Chris Mack Show. All your favourite social media platforms. I appreciate all nearly 400 of you that have jumped on and been here throughout. It's good to have you on here, Cambo, after you sounds like you fought a war getting the little one to bed. I tell you what, go and check out the highlights a little later on of that Bullets and Breakers game. The Breakers led by 24 New Zealand in the second quarter and lost by 1. Quite annoying. That was optimistic. 3 seconds between shot clock and game clock. 14-point ball game. They're just going to wind this down here, Southeast, and take the W. Lock themselves into third on the ladder. The Kings will slide. .2 on the clock. It's going to be Southeast inbound. And that'll be about all she wrote. Southeast will go third. They'll go 4 and 2. 111%. That's a good percentage on points. Sydney 3 and 4. Got a losing record now. Aaliyah with a huge 3 to ice it. What a way to finish. Kuwait will try and get one back, but the buzz is gone. It's an air ball. 112 to 95. Southeast Melbourne clinical winners, 17-point margin. Those people are talking about the overs before, 187. Don't worry about that. We've got 207 points. So Southeast Melbourne blew them out in the second half. It was 48-45 to Southeast Melbourne at half-time, and they just went on with the job. 9-point margin in the third quarter, 11 points in the fourth quarter. For Sydney, Kendrick Davis, 31 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Tim Suarez, 24 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. And Quatnoy, 14 points, 1 assist, 5 rebounds. And Delhi, 14 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Xavier Cooks was fouled out of the game. Speaking of fouled out, Geordie Hunter got fouled out before he did so. They had 15 points, 3 rebounds and 1 assist. But Nathan Sobey was the man of the moment. 33 points, shooting at 60% from the field. 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Owen Foxwell contributed 17 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. And Hunter Maldonado did what he does off the bench, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. And Wezawundu on debut, 10 points. No rebounds, no assists, but a solid 10 points for 10 minutes. We didn't see much of him late in the game once they had it under control. We'll see more of him in the coming games. But of course, make sure you stay tuned to the NBL for Indigenous round across the remaining days We will see if we can get back for any more watch-alongs across the weekend. But in the meantime, if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Big thank you for tuning in. We've enjoyed having you on for another one of these streams, and we look forward to talking to you again soon. Keep an eye out for our daily doses. There'll be plenty of those coming over the next few days as well, just wrapping everything that's happening in the sporting world, from cricket to F1 to basketball and everything in between and thereabouts. But again, thank you for tuning in. You can find us in between at the Chris Mack Show on all your social media channels. I'm going to say it again. If you haven't already, hit subscribe down below. We'd love to have you trailing along, following along, and coming along. And it'll keep you up to date with everything that's happening, and you'll get all of those notifications, of course, if you hit the bell as well. So until next time, thanks for tuning into your home of black and white sports. No grey opinions. Loved having you along. It's been a great night. All our new American friends, thank you. And we'll talk to you all soon.